It's Dale here. Today I'm going to show you a scroll I made. I've made a lot of scrolls over the years and they've all sort of been sold or disappeared. And this one here is an Illuminations one. So what I did was I've got some of this lovely ribbon. It's very difficult to find. I think it's all gone now, but we sold lots and lots. But it was a lovely, just fine ribbon that I've stitched onto the surface with a lot of no, I haven't used a pattern stitch. I've used a straight stitch just to anchor it down. And I've used, I've digitised some of the Illumination medieval letters and popped them, stitched them onto it. I've hand couched them down, hand couched them down. And around the outside, I've done a zigzag with machine zigzag. And then I've hand stitched over it, as you can see, the buttonhole stitch, just to anchor it all down. And on the back I've used Abacus paper tissue text, of which I've printed a little poem, and I've sprayed it with Moon Shadow, and it's been around for maybe 10-15 years, so you can see the longevity and how things will last. And then I've just rolled it up, so you cut that shape to what you want for that sort of scroll. And I've made my little beads on the end. I've used a cord and I've made the beads, as you can see the beads here, and they look really quite, I've used some of the paper or fabric, I can't remember. Sometimes I've used either, but I've zigzagged all over and rolled them up, and I'll show you how I've done that. Very sturdy beads, look quite firm and etc. And I've put the cord through them so they make a good tassel hanging end. And I've done this with lots of different threads, fabrics and so on. So this is a bead that I've made, and it's quite a good little one. And what I've done is I've used some hand dyed, this is Kimberley Dreaming colours. You can see where I've cut the fabric out of, it doesn't really matter. And I've put two together and stitch a free, I've lost my open toe foot, so I stitched a free zigzag over it just to anchor it all down. It's a bit messy, but it doesn't really matter. And then I've put some fusible web. This is Flicefix, but it doesn't matter what you've got. Really just to anchor it down the bottom. And there's a reason why you don't want it right up the top. And I'll just iron it very roughly, just to put the webbing on the back. I used to do these with glue, but this is a lot less messy. A little wee bit at the top. And I'll move my webbing off. Now, I haven't put any up near the very top. And then I've got a satay stick. So it doesn't look anything exciting at all, but you can cut shapes in paper, of course, but it's the nice stitching that does it. And then take it to the iron. And this is where you need slightly asbestos fingers, and that's a hot iron, and just as you roll it up, the heat will bond the webbing to the next layer. Now this one's quite a little off skew, but so you're going to end up with a one-sided bead here, but it's okay. And I don't take any responsibility for you burning your hands or anything like that. So if I lift that one, there, that's better. And then you've got a really sturdy little bead. Now it's not like this one, which is really nice, and this is what you call a slight misfit, but you have got the lovely shape, and you could still use it on. The reason I didn't put the glue at the top is because I didn't want it to stick to the satay stick, which it will if you put glue on it. So there's a couple of different beads. So that's shaped. I could pull it right off and do it again, but I'm not going to. But that's to show you what it's like when it comes directly down through the middle, like these ones have. Now look at the size of these, with great big ones, which means I cut a long strip, possibly double the length of the fabric, and did my zigzag all the way up the sides and then rolled up so it's a really sturdy big one. But these are little ones which work quite well. So that's an idea for some beads and a scroll, something to play with. And we'll see you again another time. Bye.